Here we go, the final best of 5 for the Stage 2 playoffs. The final best of 5 on land before we get to the CWL Championship. Team Kaliber, Rise Nation. Let's get right into the hard point, Joe.
Yep, hopping on board with Enable, just dodging all sorts of nades, stuns, nades from everywhere. Pharaoh and Kenny, though, able to find some kills. Remember, in that last series, you didn't have the best performance, respawn-wise from Accuracy and Kenny. Can they turn it around? Accuracy already finding 2 kills, starting to get set up. Watch that number 3. Looney does spawn out. They have to be aware of it. I don't know if they will be. So that's going to give Rise Nation an opportunity to break this hill.
The split spawn punishes, but Pharaoh somehow trying to stay alive in this. He's at the edge, he's weak, he's gonna get sniffed out and ultimately will drop. So the remaining time looks good for Rise Nation, but Accuracy wants to take another crack at this with just under 20 seconds left. He's gonna take this one-on-one. Slasher runs all the way out, leaves it to Gunless, but Gunless not ready for the peek through cave. So the scrap time gonna go the way of Team Kaliber with the early rotation to Rise Nation.
All right, now let's watch this because TK had a very tough time holding Ruins. Can Rise Nation? They're gonna have the first crack at it. Have them set up. They are Ruins side. Pharaoh, he's gonna lose that first gunfight to Slasher. Kenny inside of you, able to find one. Trying to just stay alive, diving and dodging all of those bullets and nades that come on in. Enable starting, he's able to clean that up. Again, didn't have the best game 5, but he had a great Arden Forest in that game 4 last series.
Slasher 7-1 on a 4 streak, finally ends up dropping. Looney doing what he can inside of you, but it drops, and Team Kaliber back in the hard point, fighting strong. All the kills going their way is Accuracy. We just talked about the start from Slasher. Accuracy doing his best to mimic it. 6-1 on a 4 streak. We'll see if he can add anything onto that.
All right, here's the difference from Rise Nation. They're not going to try and push through Ruins. They're going to try and go all the way around. Remember, there was 3 bunkers last time, and TK out-rotated them to all 3. Enable going to have the first gunfight. That's going to be traded by Looney now. Kenny and Accuracy. It's their job to try and lock this down. And now you have to hold. Watch that number 7 arrow. Enable. Gonna go on a big pinch here. He can make the play, but it looks like number 4, TJ, is aware of it. Let's see if he can win on one-on-one, and he does. Almost finds his second. Now they're gonna pounce.
Oh, Accuracy almost got the kill for the streak. So Rise Nation will be able to get in the front, but the spawn still comes in at Bell for Team Kaliber. So you can reinforce this very, very easily. Kenny cuts through Fire Alley. Unfortunately, Gunless has him ready. The 2 ARs in Slasher and Gunless go off as they retain control from kind of the no man's side of this hard point.
Looney and TJ, they're gonna try and push on through. You still have that Bell spawn come on in. TJ finds a double. Now it's Looney's turn. He's gonna go on out and find a kill. And this is the first time where bunker controlled by Rise for majority of the time.
Rise Nation now take the lead.
One player does sneak through. That's Kenny.
Eye on Looney. I was about to say I want to keep an eye on Looney because he had 4 kills in a row. So Kenny runs in, kills him. He was only, 150 or so off his streaks. Now it might be Slasher's chance at 13-4 to find some. We know how crucial those streaks can be in every game mode, but especially on a hard point like Arden Forest. They can be game-changing as we get into the East Road hard point with all but a tie game right now, Joe.
And look at Slash right now, 13-4. We saw what happened last time.
Yikes. He's heating up. Absolutely heating up.
Starting to get those streaks, trying to put this series away. Enable, though, able to find a couple of kills. Just a 6-point game. This very much reminds me of that first one. It feels like Rise has a lot of momentum, but TK just won't go away. Looking at the scoreboard, Kenny, once again, not having the best game. TJ starting to heat up on a 5 streak.
Yeah, TJ makes plays, gets the ×4 multi-kills. He cuts down the entire Team Kaliber side mid-map. There was a 5 streak from him and Slasher. Both will end, and Team Kaliber can finally get back into the hard point, but in 15 or so seconds, we'll head to our second set of rotation. I know you said it's similar, but maybe what stood out as the biggest difference from the first time
well,
we played
you saw
this map?
Rise doing something a little bit different on that Ruins hill. Instead of just trying to push on through, which they did plenty of times on the first time we watched it, they go all the way around. They control most of bunker, but I mean, TK control Ruins and Cave, so that's why you have them in the lead. We're gonna go back to Cave, Kenny and Enable. They're able to find some kills. And Enable, you love to see him +2 right now. Didn't have the best game 5, but he gets it out of his head. He's gonna show up right here.
The glide bomb earned earlier by Slasher gets invested to pick up 1 outside of Cave, but TK still hold on. The STGs of Accuracy and Pharaoh able to make the play, so the glide bomb results in nothing but more time for Team Kaliber as they open this lead to 30 points. Kenny just just being a nuisance, making sure they can't get comfortable on those lanes to put shots across and get into contest cave. This has been a magnificent hard point for Team Kaliber. How'd they get that hold despite the fact the streak was invested?
Well, you saw we were on board with accuracy, and he was locking down Fire Alley. So as soon as that glide bomb comes on in, he finds a couple of easy kills from those guys trying to go and rotate through. They didn't have mid control. So a wonderful hold by TK. That was one of the cleanest holds we've seen on this map between these two teams. Usually it's just chaos. And now you have this rotation. TK, they went into ruins. Now, can they lock it down? Because we saw this a lot. We'll see if Rise can break through.
That was perfect. They give Rise the final 10 seconds, but win the rotation. Now it's on Rise to try and get in. Enable handling Bell side. A flank comes in on the other end from Kenny as he finds 2 kills.
He's starting to heat up,
Team Kaliber starting to run away with it as Kenny hitting superstar form right now, and he's got to do it to match the talent you have on the Rise Nation side. But when you look at Rise, Slasher 21-9, but look at everybody else. -8 from Gunless, -7 from Looney, -10 from TJ. The slang, definitely different. A multi-kill ×4 comes in for Pharaoh as he shreds everybody on Rise.
Now they're trying to push through Bell. Pharaoh very close to those full streaks, trying to hit an artillery. Accuracy actually gets this spawn. He gets blessed. He finds one on Slasher. Can he find the second on the Gunless? That's the other AR. He just needs to stay alive right now. Glide bomb called on in on the rotation. I love that play out of TK. Can they find any more? Gunless, he's the last one left. And they're able to do it. They break through. They're able to win the rotation on. Over to Bunker.
They can open up a huge
Call the artillery. Put the artillery down. Here we go.
They've got to try and get through. There is a little crack. Looney's actually able to get across, but they find him with the grenade. So there's a little sliver on the outside of cave, but it's shut down. Fire Alley and most of the front of Bunker there. Look at this lead. Team Kaliber showing they are one of the top hardpoint teams in the game as they keep going. Enable off the back of a horrendous game 5 is 21-14. Talk about resilience.
Kenny trying to find a couple of kills. That's still big 20 seconds. I would love to see TK get it. Put this game away. Accuracy. He's having a much better Arden Forest hardpoint than what we saw earlier. He's at +4, but it's really just the whole team. I mean, yeah, you talk about Slasher who's going off, but the rest of TK all put in a great performance.
And think about the difference by switching up the map order. You do London Docks hardpoint first twice through, right? Rise Nation take both of those. So Rise Nation enjoy an early advantage in each series. This is Team Kaliber's chance to take it by the reins, take control of it early in this final best of 5. TK continue to find kills across the map.
I was very surprised to see this map in again. I really was. I thought that maybe Rise would go back to Gibraltar, because you saw it just feels like TK knows how to play this map better than them. Even in the first time when we saw it, yeah, Rise Nation, they had all these kills and they had the lead majority of the time, but the lead wasn't growing. It never grew to this. TK very comfortable when the slang starts to wake up.
You still have the one fighter pilot. Kenny was close to streaks, but I think dropped right before he was able to actually pick up anything. So nothing to add there. But if the comeback is going to come in for Rise Nation, it's going to be a staggering one, and it needs to happen here as Kenny's PPSH is looking more like an early FG42 as he's finding kills at long range. And there's that fighter pilot. 3 go down. The last man up is TJ in the hard point, and he's gone. The immediate break and set up a cave. Don't give Rise Nation the chance to make a run.
Look at the scoreboard for Rise Nation. Looney, double negative. TJ, double negative. Gunless, -10. Not the performance you need out of those guys.
Is this almost the opposite result of what you thought would come off the tail of that game 5?
Absolutely it is. I mean, you thought that that TK was buried after throwing away around 11. Instead, they come out with the fire. They are heating up right now. But that's the thing. We saw on Arden Force hardpoint, Accuracy and Kenny had a terrible hardpoint. Like, if these guys played this way, it would have been much better.
You think it's not going to happen twice, right?
Right.
It's just not going to happen twice. You're seeing the true hardpoint potential of Team Kaliber now as they need 24 more points to secure this. They're going to leave that time and just go ahead and rotate across. Rise need to be flawless from here on out, and they're going to try and take it on this rotation and try to bring it back to something more respectable, something that gives them a chance to maybe make a late game run. But everybody drops. It's Pharaoh that has 2 big kills. Accuracy there on the trade, and the first person into ruins is going to be Accuracy.
The rotations by Rise just not good enough on this map from what we've seen so far. Of course, Slang always helps those rotations as Kenny and Enable able to find kills. 14 more seconds in it for TK to take map 1. All the kills going their way. They are rolling right now. Man, do they look good.
Just 5 more points needed. This is the third best of 5 between these two teams, and for the first time, TK strike first and get the map victory in that Game 1 hardpoint. That has got to be huge.
Feels good.
Huge for their confidence considering what went down in that Game 5.
And there's a shot of the Rise boys. I mean, there's not much more to it than this lane was so lopsided. But you know, like a guy like Slasher who performs in these big time moments, he is, you know, the back of his mind, he remembers all those times when he's done that in the final and his teammates didn't produce. So, you know, that stings a little bit for him.
Everybody else on Rise has got to pick it up. It's a long path going through 2 best of 5s, especially when the first one goes the distance down to that Game 5 round 11. It can be exhausting. It takes a toll on each and every player. Who's got the resilience? Hell, who's just got the fire, the energy down the stretch? I mean, you gotta find it somewhere. It's those vocal leaders, those hype guys to get the squad going. Game 1, I'll tell you what, man, Team Kaliber. They send a message. I mean, that was the big thing we said in Game 1 from Rise. I mean, they come in, they win, what, 250 to 100 map 1. We talk about how they send the message. They're here to push this to a second best of 5, and they do just that. But I am just so impressed from what TK were able to do, and especially Enable. When you're coming off a performance like that, to come in and have a solid game, incredible stuff.
I believe, what, Game 2 is Valkyrie, right?
Yes, I believe so.
So you're going right back to Valkyrie Search and Destroy.
They played it twice.
Two round 11s.
Yeah. Let's just get a why not? 33 rounds on Valkyrie.
These teams, they know everything to know about each other on this map.
Well, I think the biggest thing is, well, obviously, what did the two teams learn from the first couple times they played it? But the big thing is just, you saw Enable rebound the hard point. Can he have a better search here in Game 2? Because it was basically, he was a bot on the map in that Game 5. Like, he was adding almost nothing to what they were trying to do. If you get a better performance out of him, you win that Game 5. Can he bring it back here in this Game 2 and give TK a big, early 2-0 edge in this best of 5?
Can the rest of the Rise Nation boys get themselves back into the series? Such a great search and destroy team for a reason. They all have to put in the work, though. Again, Slasher, a great Game 1, but nobody else there to help him out.
Looks like they're chatting a bit, but honestly, it just looks like a lot of frustration, at least from them. And obviously not a lot to get hyped about. You got blown out in that Game 1, but it didn't seem like there was a lot of chatter. Not anyone was like, hey guys, we got this. Like, who's going to be that guy? And, you know, we've known that Team Kaliber has been able to do that. Enable's kind of led the way in that charge, but like, who's doing it for Rise right now? Just like, forget this Game 1, focus on the Game 2. I mean, obviously, they've won many championships.
I was going to say.
So they're able to do it.
And I don't think there's really a vocal guy in that sense, sort of that motivational guy. They know what work needs to be done, but there is that bloodthirsty Pharaoh, #1 in first blood percentage during World War II at 20.4%.
And the first time they played this map, he had, what, like 6 to his name? Not necessarily the same impact the second time through, but let's get right into the second map of our second best of 5 in this grand final for the $500,000 Stage 2 playoff. Let's get into it now. Rise to offense first. In the similar kind of 2-2 split we saw from Team Kaliber on most of their defenses.
Yeah, but it looks like Rise just going to go straight to A. They're going to take that bomb site, maybe pretty soon plant that bomb. So we'll have another 4v4 retake situation. Usually when this happens, Kenny's one of the first guys up, but Gunless wins that gunfight. We know how important first bloods are in these situations.
So much more difficult now for Team Kaliber to get it done.
Accuracy, though, does he have an opening? Pharaoh able to find one, and he might. I love this play. He's going to hop on it. Pharaoh trying to watch his middle of the map. You have one player inside storage.
They have no idea.
They have no idea, and I think it's time.
They have no idea. There comes the defuse. The ninja is in. He finds the timing and makes the play. And that is big because that is a 3v4 defuse that comes in. If you are already frustrated if you were Rise, I can tell you at home that just doubles down on it.
That is a very frustrating round, but I love the confidence out of accuracy. He knows he finds an opening. He knows they're out of the bomb site.
But that can't happen. That can't happen.
No, I mean, especially the 4v3. You should have a man in there.
Is that the round? That's going to cost them. Enable.
Oh, my.
Is gone. 3v4 now for Team Kaliber. Not really a presence here at B for the most part. There's only really one player in Looney. He's going to be tagged up. We'll see if anyone can finish it. He actually gets out the back window. So really no presence towards this side at all. But as Kenny moves forward, they're taking the bomb to the other side completely. But you still have TJ inside the site.
And they're not going to know Kenny's here. That's a free kill. There we go. But the trade is there. So now a 2v3. But I love that confidence out of Kenny.
Accuracy now getting bomb planted. They won the previous round, down a man. Can they do it again? The first blood's going the way of Rise Nation, but it doesn't guarantee round victories. Now look at this. They get a plan. They get the hell out of the site.
I mean, this is what Rise was trying to do, but the player got on the defuse, and Accuracy's trying to go into storage. If he planted it for the window, it's going to be so tough for Rise to retake. And there's only 25 seconds left. Not a lot of time to work with. This is such a tough spot to get an AR out. And there we go. He planted it for it. He's going to find Looney, but Looney able to stay alive. Gunless is going to peek now, and he wins that one-on-one. But Looney's on it. Very similar situation. Looney's on it.
Gotta go.
They gotta go. He's got it. He's got it.
What is going on in this search and destroy these first 2 rounds?
Wow.
This is like deja vu. This is insanity, Joe.
The balls on these players so far.
Especially in a grand final.
Just hold the defuse.
I am loving it.
But look at Slasher, man. Look at the expressions on his face. He's trying to get these guys. He doesn't like how dirty these rounds are so far. He wants a clean one. We'll see if they can find an offense. They're going to try and go B, but look at TK. They do have a couple of players towards this site.
Same 2-2 split.
It's going to be Pharaoh and Enable. Nades are out. They got to stay alive, though. Enable back on up. Not able to do so. But they didn't expect Pharaoh. No. A little bit of a bait, but he's stunned up. And Rise, they're trying to get him out. And they're able to do so. But Kenny very fast to it. The trade just so back and forth. Gunless able to stay alive. No, it 1v2 for accuracy. He's done it before. Can he do it again? No. And there we go, Rise. The aggression, they just run at him.
Kenny needed like one more bullet to his foot to finish that kill.
On Gunless, you mean?
Yeah, one more bullet. It's a one-on-one, and who knows what the hell might go down. But these rounds have been just nuts, man. I'm sure TK fans and Rise fans holding their breath a bit at moment throughout the course of this. Wow.
They just seem comfortable on the map, right? Like these guys know what that other team's doing. So as soon as
it played it a little bit, Joe.
As soon as it happens, they're just going for it.
TK looking to make a move now on offense. You've got Slasher and TJ playing towards the B site for this Rise Nation side. Multiple players stacked around storage. TJ will be kind of the first man that has to deal with pressure should it come that way. The back alley players in Gunless and Looney are starting to get a little bit more aggressive. They just spot Accuracy, get some information, stun him up towards the back truck.
Said we know Gunless likes to get a little aggressive towards his elbow and take a gunfight. He's trying to get some information. Accuracy has to back down. Nade though, will it catch him? Not going to do it, but TJ able to get first blood on Kenny.
He's been holding there at storage for so long. Accuracy can't even the odds. TJ gets both the kills. That stack in storage tries to push through to the B side, but TJ's ready and waiting. Gunless finally able to get the better of Accuracy, and there's that clean round they wanted. Remember, they opened up, the first 2 rounds of that game 5. Very clean, no deaths. Now they get one on the board from what has been a very, very scrappy start to this game, too.
Yeah, they're just locking it down with those STGs. Even Looney has one. TJ finds a couple of kills, Gunless as well, so a good round out of Rise.
And really, it just comes down to them not able to take out TJ when they push through. He gets both those kills. Everything gets shut down at that point. Accuracy required to be a bit more aggressive in the 2v4.
I just don't think you want to, I mean, that's so late in the round. I just don't feel like you want to take 1 versus 1s. At least throw some nades out there. But Rise, they're going right back to a very aggressive B site. I feel like they know Enable's here, so they're going at it, honestly.
Would you be surprised?
No.
He's 0-3, so he's, 1-12 over the course of the last 2 Valkyries. He's been isolated. Looney, I thought for a second, was just going to fly at him. Enable was trying to put down some cover fire, but Looney gets so much position. Enable basically had no information. That smoke comes in, he sees nothing other than he knows Rise is pushing.
TJ and Looney, though, they are piled up right now. Stun comes in. What a team stun out of Rise. And, well, Enable goes down. Pharaoh now the last player alive. And, wow, what a couple of rounds that Rise Nation should be able to get, unless Pharaoh has some heroics. He's going to pre-fire the corner. And they are taking the aggression to him.
If you know that Enable is struggling this much in search on this map, do you change anything up or just keep flying at him?
Nope. Make him uncomfortable.
So how do you change things for TK? Obviously, Pharaoh's gone there a couple times to help him, but...
Stack it. Send 2 or 3.
And hope that the change doesn't come in from Rise.
Hopefully it's a nade kill. I don't know, man. Like, but even if the change does come in, you'll take a 4 versus 4 retake, right? Like, we've seen that. So just don't let them get to B. Not only are they taking B, they're taking position. They're getting up in your face.
By the time the rotation comes in from TK, the power position's already set up for Rise. Like, that's what I was saying. There was no vision from Enable, no idea where anybody was. Kenny finds a first blood. Big one for TK as they're down 3 rounds in this one. They absolutely have to close this out.
Looney, though, gets aggressive, able to find Kenny, and he gets away with his life. TJ with another one, so a 2 versus 3. Enable tries to find a kill, but it's all on Enable in a 1v3.
I don't know that he could buy a kill right now if that was an option.
I don't think it is.
Microtransactions, grand final, $100. Still, nobody dies. But Enable's left by himself at risk of going 0-5.
Remember, he has 1 kill.
Yeah, it's been tough.
He is 1-13 in the grand final Valkyries.
And Rise Nation look to close out another one, tie this series up. I mean, with the same set, you think we've got the same chance of this going. There's the first kill. Enable able to pick one up. Obviously not going to matter too much in the scheme of things as he's in a 1v3, but he does get a kill on the board. And honestly, just for your psyche, looking at a 1 versus 0 is kind of maybe help a little bit. The problem, though, you're in a 5-1 hole, so it doesn't matter too much at this point.
And really, Rise and Looney just catch a great timing. Enable turns around to watch his storage bunker flank. As soon as he does that, Looney just pushes up to that car and finds Kenny. See now, what can TK do? Or is this series going to be tied up 1-1? As they all have been between these two teams.
Yeah. No, this has been a back and forth affair. Extended series after extended series. 6 in a row for Looney, though, and 4 for TJ. They make another for TJ. 5 in a row, him and Looney combining for an 11 streak, and they've got 4 first bloods between them. But a couple kills come in for TK. It's going to be a 2 versus 2, but Looney keeps going. There's the glide bomb. Enable, last man up in a 1v2, as he's just got to run for his life. They now know his position inside of storage.
Well, the glide bomb doesn't catch him. But can he do it? He knows the rotation could be on. I like this play. He's able to read it. He might find an opening, but not going to happen. So series tied 1-1 in our second best of 5.
Exactly what it had to be, right?
And what a response from Rise, because, I mean, they simply got smoked in the hard point.
And think about how it changed, though. Like how it changed. You know, obviously the first 2 series, Rise take the hard point, TK answers back in the search. Finally, TK get that hard point on the board, and then Rise take the search convincingly. It's like no one can find any kind of separation. These teams, so tight. The competition, better than ever, as Rise Nation and Team Kaliber continue to battle for an enormous prize pool. So much on the line, emotions running high, pressure running high. Who's gonna make the big plays? CTF up next. Rise Nation and Team Kaliber once again in very familiar territory as they're tied up 1-1. If you're just joining us, this is the final best of 5 in the grand final. And this CTF, I mean, it's a big one. Enable, can he bounce back? It's obviously been a struggle in Surge, but in the hard point he goes off after the Game 5 struggles, can he do it again here? We had an Arden 4 CTF in our previous series as well.
Wow, look at that stat, holding it down. Slasher leads all players in the defensive zone. I bet that means around his base, he's got a 1.96. That means every single time he has to defend, he's getting 2 kills.
Yeah, you get that deep spawn, you gotta clutch up in like a 1v2, 1v3, and he makes the plays. Focus to the ruined side of the map right now is several dead for Rise Nation. Looney just trying to play his life as best he can, but Pharaoh finally able to pick him up. Everybody drops. Pharaoh gets all 4 kills to lead the charge now for Team Kaliber. A great opening as they get a push through bunker.
Yeah, now can they make it count? You see Kenny was watching that flank. Yeah, he knew they were going to spawn Bell, but actually does get one. Looney, though, able to get 3. Does Looney get all 4? We'll have to see, but Pharaoh, just back up. You're 5-0. Play for streaks.
A big play from Pharaoh to get them in that position, then a big defensive play from Looney to kind of hold. But, yeah, the streaks, huge now. Amazing shots there out of Pharaoh to get the headshot onto Gunless. Peeks Looney as well and almost adds a 7th in a row. He needs to get these streaks, and the help is here.
And I like that he's not backing down, right? He's taking the first gunfight. We'll see if it pays off. It's a bit of a risk.
What do you think TK learned last time? Because they got blown out, like blown out. One of the most convincing wins of the series, really.
I mean, win a couple of gunfights versus Slasher and Gunless. That's about it. But does he get him? I don't know if he's going to do it. Nope, not going to happen. But accuracy is on the flank. Does he find anything? Nope. And once again, it's Slasher and Gunless finding those kills.
Good thing for TK, though, is Rise Nation's finding all these kills on the back foot, right? They're all defensive. The pressure has been all Team Kaliber. As Enable is now on a 3 streak, just trying to keep Rise Nation at bay. One player's got a little bit of a presence towards Ruins. That'll be TJ for Rise Nation, but outside of that, it's just been a defensive stand for the opening 2 minutes of this game.
Finally, they're starting to get pushed out a little bit. You have TJ locking down Ruins. You do have one guy. That was fair. He was trying to sneak, but he actually just guns Looney. Does he win the second? No. If he does, he has an opportunity to pull the flag. But Gunless goes big. Slasher, he rotates over to help him.
I guess the good thing for TK right now, I mean, things are going much better, right? You have some offense. You're not getting blown out. They lost that game in the first half last time.
Yep.
Here looking much, much better, but they haven't been able to put a score on the board. And finally, Rise Nation a chance to make a play. A 2-man hit now into Ruins. Enable, gonna have to take the first gunfight. He's up to the task as he improves to 4-2, but the trade is there. And now Slasher has got some help from Looney. It'll be Gunless working towards the cabin and ice side of the map.
It's a good push by Rise Nation. When's the guy from Ice gonna go? That's Gunless. It's gonna be his turn to peek. Does he win the gunfight? He does. It's just one player left on Enable. Can he clutch on up? He finds one. I love that play with the stun. He finds 2. Enable goes so big for Team Kaliber in his base.
It was exactly what we talked about. What will Enable be able to do? And he gets 3 at home to shut down the push. Looking for the final one. Gets an assist and out 200 off that glide bomb. Talk about rebounding. What a start from him. Look at it right now. Enable and Pharaoh have 16 of the 17 kills.
Wow.
Kenny and Accuracy, the 2 that locked down for us, 1-11 to kick off this game.
Yeah, I tweeted out earlier after Kenny went 26-16, it's Kenny's Forest. I don't know if it is anymore. He's not had the best couple of Arden 4 CTS, but is able to find one. Same with Enable, so we have a 2v2 split.
Remember, Pharaoh was really close to streaks earlier in the game. Enable is, and he's able to get it done. The first comes in. The glide bomb now available. We'll see if they take this into half or if they can get any kind of presence towards bunker to maybe make an offensive play behind that glide bomb. He just wants to get more, and the help's coming in. He's got Pharaoh mid-map. Kenny has joined him on Ruin's side. Just want to feed Enable as many kills as you can here. He might have another lined up.
Kenny does get 2, though. So the pressure going to start going, and maybe he calls in this glide bomb. Yeah, he's starting to potentially like stop in a corner. Kenny gets a kill. Here we go. I have a feeling the glide bomb's going to be called in here soon. As the rest of the players start to get pushed up. He's not going to do it yet. Maybe they want to find one more.
He was waiting on Accuracy and Pharaoh to get position. Now they've got position from bunker, and here it goes.
Just needs to find one, but Kenny goes down. That is not good, but it's 2 dead. make it 3. There's just one player up. It's on Gunless, but Gunless trying to stay alive, not able to do so. That's all 4 down, and Pharaoh pulls it towards Enable. I like that play. They're going to spawn them side bunker.
Enable also a chance to pick up some more streaks in this one, but they need to get this flag home. 20 seconds remaining in regulation in the first half. The first kill comes through from Kenny. Enable, just barely finishes the kill to get this streaks, and TK get the first cap on the board in the final seconds of the half. What a different first half from Team Kaliber compared to the last series.
Yeah, wonderfully played by TK, and yeah, it comes down to those streaks. What a performance from the new guys. Enable and Pharaoh just take over this first half of the CTF.
But the big thing, you know, when Rise did all that damage, right, they were pushing towards bunker. When you talk about the last time they played this, so now we're going to swap, and you know, it isn't like the Rise Nation lead. Rise Nation were up like 3 flags. They had a ton of streaks to play with, I think 4 going into the half. You have one flag lead, and you have just 2 streaks available on Enable. So this is still very, very manageable for Rise Nation.
Stop breaking TK fans' hearts.
I'm just saying. They're definitely, it's not the same as the last.
No, you can never count them out. But I think the big difference is Gunless and Slasher. Well, they're still having good games. Need a little bit more from Looney and TJ.
Yeah, the 2-man carries for both teams.
Yeah, yes, never. It's just a 2v2 right now.
TK found all the opening kills in the first half that allowed them to pressure for really like the first 3 minutes of the game. They're close to getting some more streaks. If Pharaoh can do this, that would be massive. The gunfight goes Gunless's way. 3 are going to drop. Kenny, the last man up for Team Kaliber. He's just going to go ahead.
Yeah, this is a bit of a risk, but he's going to go for it. TJ does spot him. He has to back on down now. And he actually forces 2 Rise members, 2 of them to back on up. So this is fine by Kenny, but I believe he just caught a grenade.
He got stuck. Absolutely did. It's a nice nade from Slasher. Enable trying to hold the base. He drops, but accuracy there for the trade and can get out of harm's way. Re-peeks for a second, though, and gets caught. Pharaoh next up. Pre-fires the window. Pharaoh, 15 and 6. Phenomenal play there inside a bunker will allow them to start to layer the map once again as Rise Nation come off spawn.
Yeah, Enable 12 and 6. You know what he's thinking. Thank God I'm done with Search and Destroy for a couple of maps. Get me to a respawn, and he starts to step on up. TK now with a 1 flag lead. Just contain him in, right? Just control ruins, but Looney finds a couple of kills just as I say that. Now Kenny, can he hold down Cabin? Able to do so on Slasher. But Looney just goes, and he's going to catch Pharaoh off guard. This is an opportunity for Rise, but Looney knows the spawns are in, so he's going to slow down, wait for his teammates.
Yeah, if anything, his job, just wait. Make TK worry about you. Keep them aggressive on the map towards the defensive end, but Looney will get picked right as his teammates really start to get into position. But really, the field control right now from Team Kaliber too strong.
Enable trying to find TJ, but they just go ring around the rosy. TJ does get the bunker and actually finds a kill. So that will let Rise at least get to cabin wall. As you can see, Gunless starting to push on up.
And if you're Rise, you really just need some kind of pressure. You need to get these streaks out of Enable's hands. You have to get them out. The more time that goes up the clock, and you know, let's say we're under a minute, they have those streaks to work with. It becomes so difficult. They need to force Team Kaliber's hand. They have to do it, but they just haven't been able. They've only had pressure on bunker once or twice.
And it's so tough too, because what you do is you force that mountain change, and then stuns just become that much better. It slows down those pushes, the gunfights. You know, TK has an advantage of them now.
TJ gonna tuck into a corner. Wait for his teammates to start to win some gunfights and get up the map. Is this the chance for Rise to apply some pressure? I think it absolutely is. Gunfight win there for TJ. The push in field starting to come up, but you have Enable tucked away in the corner. He's been spotted, but he's got some help from behind as well. There's a second player inside a bunker. They're trying to make the play. There's the first kill that comes in. 2 now for Rise Nation.
Enable's
Looney
down.
hitting mid-map. He's going to drop. So, yeah, there's going to be a lull here where the streaks can't come in. They may not matter. They may not matter because Mr. Ice in his veins, accuracy, able to get the kills at home. So that's another moment where the streaks don't have to come into play.
Great play by accuracy. Not having the best of the game. I mean, before that, accuracy was double negative, but he finds 3 big kills, and now just 90 seconds.
He doesn't get those kills. The streak has to get invested from Enable off spawn.
Now they just have to stop them from pushing up, right? Lock this down. Get those trades, but Gunless able to win 2. Gunless isn't slowing down, which allows them to push up that cabin side. You can see there, gunless go. He's going to have some pressure middle, but actually able to win that one. And he's going to go. That's 2 dead. The last player up is gunless. Can he find his second kill? This is so important. Enable cannot die. He's a player with the streaks on the other side.
He drops, he drops, so no streaks here. The flag is going to be out. Gunless has a chance to make the play. Can he try to do it for Team Kaliber on the other end? He's dancing and wins the first gunfight, but the second player is there in the form of TJ.
Enable just spawned.
He drops it.
I don't know if that's going to stop him.
You have Farrell here as well. They try to waltz through it. They're going to take it through. Just taking the safe spot in the back. As soon as that goes away, they'll try to go for the return. But there are 3 players here. 2 kills come in. Enable actually gets one. There's only 2 up now for Rise. TJ and Gunless have to make the play. Accuracy gets the peak. TJ grabs it, but Enable is there. The return is in, and the counter opportunity is here. It's madness.
Rise has to get a touch. Rise has to get a touch to send this into extra time. The stuns are in. It's on Kenny. Can he play some defense? Don't even worry about the flag score. You just got to make sure Rise doesn't touch your flag. They find Looney. 3 dead. The last player up, TJ. TK. They got a 2-1 lead in the series.
And that is why you had to get the streaks out of Team Kaliber early. That's a tying score, pushing it to overtime if it's not for the artillery. What a comeback, what a victory there from Team Kaliber, considering how Ardent Force went last time. They got smoked. They got smoked on that map. Just to show you that they're learning over the course of this series.
Well, I mean, they win the winner's bracket final one. This one they lose. I wouldn't want to play Rise on Flag Tower, so I get it. I know how comfortable they are in Ardent Forest. Maybe a couple, individual performances didn't go their way. And then guys like Enable and Pharaoh step on up in the second best-of-5 grand final. You got to feel good if you're Kenny in accuracy.
This story for Enable, just the bounce-back ability he's had, man.
It's incredible.
Awful map, great map. Awful map, great map.
Well, it's more like solid map, horrible map. Respawn for a couple maps in a row. I'm not trying to go to game 5. If I'm Enable, I'm like, let's win it here. Please, let's win right here.
Yeah, you got to know he'll be feeling the pressure big time if we get to that 5th and final map. Can Team Kaliber close it out on the hard point? They took the map 1. When you think about the series, what they've split the hard points both the first times, right? Because Rise won the first, TK won the second.
And we're going to London Docks hardpoint up next, which
so Rise has won twice.
Rise has won twice, so we know how difficult it is. The reason TK keeps picking it is because both times it just felt like someone's had a very slow start on the side of TK, where Rise were just hot and they finished the game pretty early. In that first rotation, they have about a 90 to 100 point lead. If TK can just keep it close, just stay alive, give yourself a chance.
Do we get to a game 5? Or did TK take it here? It's got to be tough to beat a team 3 times in a row on one specific map and mode.
It is. But they've done it convincingly 2 times. See a shot of Slasher there, just trying to get everybody focused up. He wants another title. The guy lives for these moments.
And when we're talking about this map, it's Gunless and Slasher that have taken over. Gunless was what, double positive? But there you see it.
That's what I was going to bring up. Let's see if TK, if they can adjust, because they've been running 3 subs against Rise Nation, and that's where, Gunless and Slasher just take over. So it looks like they're going to keep out 3 subs for the start.
TK looking to end the series now. Rise Nation trying to push it to yet another game 5. Pharaoh with some crispy shots early in this one. We'll start it out 2-0 and try to secure some time at Statue, but they still have to deal with Gunless. They're able to clear him out and get right back into the hard point.
Yeah, now Pharaoh's just trying to be a thorn in the side, but he's going to get found out by Slasher. We do have Kenny. It's now his turn. What can he find? Can he find a second? Nope, just going to back on down by time. A great start for TK. Already up to 24 points on this Statue. He'll make it 25. Accuracy, he's on a 2 spree. Finally, Rise able to get a couple of kills to go their way.
0 points on the scoreboard for Rise Nation to this point. Still can't get a tick in as the one-on-one goes to accuracy, so a flawless Statue hold for Team Kaliber. Now the question, what can Rise Nation do with early Main Street? A grenade actually comes over the top and one player gets picked. Thankfully for Rise, they find a couple of kills behind it. Slasher's got a lot to deal with. There's going to be a water push coming in and 1 through mid-cut. Accuracy drops big cuts, so the remaining players have to try and get by TJ, and TJ almost finds all three. Kenny gets one, but now he just has to wait for the troops to come off spawn.
Yeah, but someone's being annoying. That's accuracy through the middle of the map, so nobody on the hill yet. Here come the nades on in, but Rise have done a wonderful job just really shutting down these pushes from Team Kaliber. Kenny, though, wins a gunfight. Same with Enable, right? So these guys have to worry about so much.
But I think you're right, though. TK did a good job being annoying, because through the first 30 seconds of Main Street, only 8 points were earned for Rise Nation. Despite the fact that they
more
had
kills, and they're starting to push through gate, and that's 3 dead now. TJ, the last player up, but with 14 seconds left, we have to watch that left side of the map. TJ trying to win this gunfight against Pharaoh. Goes Pharaoh's way.
TK making the plays, and look at the first man in Doc's warehouse. It's going to be accuracy that's set up. He's got a big chance to do some damage. Same with Enable inside a barrel building. Accuracy actually gets picked out of the window, I believe, by Slasher. So thankfully for TK, Enable is here making plays, getting close to streaks, needs another bullet to finish off Slasher. Can't quite get it done.
Yeah, he's on a 5 spree right now. Needs to play for these streaks, but he's going to get taken down by TJ. But Team Kaliber,
Getting the time. You're getting the
time. And remember, this is where they've struggled. From Main Street to Lower Docks Warehouse, they have not done well. So a great sign for Team Kaliber fans, because this is the best they've looked throughout a first rotation on this hard point.
Pharaoh wins that gunfight, so he's very close to streaks as well. He's got 4 in a row. He actually gets the glide bomb. So he's got 1 to work with. Streaks have been so important throughout the... God, how many maps are we at now between these two teams?
5, 10, this is what, 14?
Jeez, this reminds me of kind of Rise versus Red at Anaheim.
So many good teams, the competition so high. The one team that's been a constant, though, has been this Rise Nation team. Can they send this to a game 5? They're starting to rotate on over towards that barrel building as they get the scrap time. You have Enable inside this barrel warehouse. Nice stun. Here comes a glide bomb to help him out, though. Is it able to do so? No. It's TJ able to stay alive. Slasher, but Kenny is able to get 2. So the pressure not done yet from TK.
It enables Pharaoh to get set up inside, so despite the fact that Rise have the back spawn, they haven't enjoyed any time in this. TJ gets a couple of kills, but it's still Enable inside the hard point. Him and Kenny just trying to do whatever they can. Kenny drops, Enable still being annoying, and he's annoying long enough for Pharaoh to come off spawn, and now get into position as Pharaoh is snapping everywhere. 3 in a row for Pharaoh in the hard point, and look how far out Rise Nation are spawning.
How good has Pharaoh played throughout this entire tournament, man? He is so fun to watch. 4 in a row for him. Close to some more streaks. And now TK with this 60-point lead as we head down to Crane. Can Slasher get this kill? This is so important. Does get it. A big kill on the Pharaoh. But what does this remind you of? The first 2 London Dodge hard points that we watched between these teams. The scores, though, are just flip-flopped. Instead, it's TK in control.
It's Rise Nation running out of gas.
This is the hard part, though, right? When you're running 3 subs, it is so difficult to run at the hill when there's a 2 AR setup. That, the teamwork has to be on point, but Pharaoh, in accuracy, they get all the kills, and they're broke just like that.
Fantastic stuff from TK. This lead growing and growing, looking to end it here. They don't want another game 5. They don't want another search and destroy. Just get it done on the respawn. It's where they've been amazing up to this point throughout the regular season. I know they've owned the search and destroy in this series, but you just don't want the pressure. Don't let it get there. The lead now 80 points for TK. Rise Nation's got to turn it up. Is there anyone individually that really is struggling for Rise?
No, it's just a rotation where it was like, that's what we talked about, you know, in the first grand final, the first best of 5. There was nobody really struggling for Team Kaliber. It just came down to those key rotations. Lower Docks and barrels have gone the way of TK. That's where they get those 80 points.
We'll get to our second set of rotations as Rise Nation blown out the first time through. What improvements can they make here?
They're just winning so many young fights.
Can they start to heat it up, or is TK just too good on this particular championship Sunday to get it done? Rise Nation have a big hill to climb, but it is absolutely not out of the question for a team of this caliber.
Yeah, you start to play around this lead. Maybe you play a little bit safe, rotate early, and just when I say that, they're getting in this hill. They're trying to fight for these last 20 seconds. I like that from Team Kaliber. You're able to do that with this lead. Now, we're going to head on over to Main Street. Looney trying to stay alive towards that underground. You do have one player who spawns out. That was Kenny. Pharaoh and accuracy finds some kills, though. This could be a great setup for TK. The last player left, TJ. That's all 4 dead. Hill about to rotate on over, and look at Rise. Plus, watch that pinch by Kenny. Look at this play by Kenny, just roaming top middle, just trying to be a nuisance. And they have the crossfire set up, but Gunless and Slasher are here.
The first entry kill is there. They find a second behind it. Can they get Team Kaliber out of the hard point? Great shots from Gunless to at least get them out of this hard point. The mid-cut hit comes through. That sticky is in your own face, TJ, but he's able to dodge it and still be a threat from mid-map.
So he didn't see accuracy, prone it right to his right, and accuracy stayed alive to that the entire time. So they're able to break down through. This is a big 25 seconds. I don't know if TK can give this up. Or sorry, Rise can give this up, but I believe they are. They're gonna try and rotate through that lower docks. TJ with a couple of kills on rotation, but there's still 15 seconds left. So TK will have another chance before this pops.
They can't give up any time to TK Docs. They just can't. They have to. We've seen it many times. A great hold from Docs transitioning right in the barrel. That is exactly what Rise Nation
Problem
needs
is,
right
you
now.
have Enable already barrel building right now. The pinch is coming in. Rise, they have to be flawless from here on out. 100-point lead to TK. Accuracy top middle. Slasher still performing at such a high level at 19 and 18. He finds a third as well. But it's being contested. It's being contested by Kenny and Pharaoh. They're doing a wonderful job right now.
You're great with this lead. Contest away. Just make sure it's not a clean hold from Rise Nation. Screw the contest though. They're able to push it out and find some time behind it. There's a flank coming in from Looney that might disrupt the back line. But look at the spawn that gives to Team Kaliber.
Yeah, now they have the barrel position. Kenny's still alive over here. He's still alive. Finally taken down. But these 20 seconds still very important for Rise Nation. But Pharaoh, he's like, screw it, I'm gonna just contest this and be annoying, and he's doing a great job at it so far. And as you said, barrel building set up early on will go to TK. This is their opportunity to lock this up. They can hold this rotation. They have the opportunity to win the championship right here.
And the play clock, not a factor if TK close this out, but if the comeback starts to happen for Rise, it absolutely could come into play. Another key thing would be streaks. Can they find any streaks?
No.
Big win there from TJ. The break is on.
No.
That could be a game-changing moment. Is all four drop from TK? They spawn out as deep as possible, and TJ getting some streaks going.
Well, he has a glide bomb right now. Trying to stay alive, but the pressure's through the water. Maybe TK just tries to contest, and they're going to do it. They're going to get on the front. But here comes Looney on the fight. He's going to find one. Can he find any more? They're actually going to glide bomb right now. They need this time, and they know it. But they're all dead. Pharaoh finds two more. Kenny now top middle. TK, they're doing it right here.
Looking to crack the 200-point mark. They have a presence mid-map. Enable will get in for the contest for a moment. We'll see if Gunless can push him out. But these last couple of hard points, sure, maybe you've got a minor edge in points for Rise, but there's been so much contest. It's been so messy that you just really haven't got that many points for Rise.
Yeah, still about a 70-point lead right now for TK. Another hard point they have to break. The early gunfight's going to go the way of TK. TJ able to get through fire. Nades come on in, so that's two dead now. Plus you have TJ and fire. The last guy, Kenny, in a bit of a sneaky spot, but that's all four dead. So Rise, they at least get him out. They get him out of those power positions, but here comes TK. Pharaoh and Enable, who had a great game 3, continue it here.
They got the close spawn. TJ doing what he can, but second by second, it gets so hard for Rise to bring this back.
And as long as there's nobody on the hill, this helps TK.
Play clock down to just right at 90 seconds now. It feels like there's been 3 hard points in a row where no one's been able to get a real clear edge.
I think it's just because TK is making it messy. They're just throwing bodies at this. That's what you can do with 3 subs. It's just that aggression can be so fast. Still an 80-point lead as we go back to statue. Team Kaliber now 38 seconds away from winning stage 2.
This would be for their 3rd championship of the year, and it would kill the 3-peat dream from Rise Nation. A stick comes in from TJ Haley, but waterside control in for Team Kaliber, so it's easy to get up those steps, put shots in the statue, and make sure Rise Nation can't bring this back.
Watch the clock.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if Rise bring it back, that clock is going to be their biggest opponent if they can get this close. If is a big if, though, because TK right now has complete control at statue.
Oh, my. I think this is done, Clint. TK are rolling right now. The subs pushing out. They want to win it here on statue. Rise, they have to get some nades in.
They've got to clear him out. They've got to clear him out. They can win it here. A couple of kills come in. A team kill for Rise as well. Kenny finally gets picked up. It's contested in the hard point. They're not going to be able to win it here. It'll come down to Main Street, but with 7 make it 5 points needed for Team Kaliber. They're up 100 with so little time on the play clock. Surely this is Team Kaliber's victory.
It should be. They just need a good push, right? Slow it down a little bit, get together. Enable does a wonderful job, just backs on down. Here comes his team. They're trying to get gunless out first, able to do so. Now it's focused on the hill. TJ trying to get pushed out. He gets traded. Here's the opportunity for Team Kaliber. Looney trying to stay alive. Just peeking back and forth. Watch Kenny going on a bit of a pinch. There's that first kill. That's so important. But all three go down on the back end.
Well, Rise Nation did what they needed to so far at Main Street. They have him spawning all the way out water. They haven't allowed TK to get anything on this hard point. Slasher's still staying up. They should start to give this up and focus on Docs, but now, so if you have to get streaks on Slasher and somehow have a miraculous break into Doc's warehouse.
Two go dead. I think that's it. 4 seconds left. They're not even gonna get close. TJ's the only player up. He gets taken down. TK, lower Doc's warehouse, just pops, able to find one.
4, 3, 2, 1, and that is it. Team Kaliber get it done. No three-peat for Rise Nation. They get it done in the hard point. It wasn't easy. What a series, and now they can hoist the trophy. Team Kaliber are your Stage 2 playoff champions. Guys enjoying it. You just have to think, what a roller coaster year for Team Kaliber. You win the first 2 events, you go through a tough spot, but then you get it. TK are number 1. TK get the $200,000, and now it's time to celebrate, baby.
You know, for
All right, congratulations and very, very well deserved, Team Kaliber. Pharaoh, you were telling me earlier how much you guys have improved and really solidified into your roles. How were you able to improve so quickly in such a small amount of time?
Well, coming into this team, I knew Lamar and Kenny knew how to play the game. I just had to listen to them, and that's why I'm this good.
Fantastic. Accuracy, you are here as a champion for the first time since New Orleans. How does it feel to be back?
It feels great. You know, it felt like people forgot about us throughout the year when we fell off a little bit, but we came back and we showed them that we're still here.
All right. Kenny, what does it say about Team Kaliber that you're able to take 3 championships in 1 season?
Honestly, it just says that you can never count us out. Like the whole year, we've been counted out, and we've proven time and time again that we can play with the best.
Great. And finally, Enable, how were you able to keep up the energy, the momentum, and the motivation you needed to make it through this weekend?
I mean, to be honest, I knew we had it in us to win, and I knew that it was all going to come down to our vibes. If our vibes were good, we were going to have a good weekend. So I just wanted to really focus on that because I didn't want us to get down on ourselves. Like, even after we lost the first best of 5, and I costed the team heavy, I tried to keep everyone level-headed, and it worked.
It definitely worked. Congratulations, very well deserved. Now it is time to announce our Astro Gaming MVP for all of Stage 2, Kenny. Congratulations once again, guys. Let's head back over to the desk to close out the day.
You cannot count out TK, not at all. That is going to be their 3rd major win of the year. Hoisting up the trophy right now. Don't be afraid to make a little bit of noise for him, and Kenny gonna pull down MVP as well. Joe, you got to cast all the action there.
I'm up here now.
Insane series.
Yeah, a great series, but I think you got to give some props to Rise Nation as well. Right, your runners up, and those guys, just to get to that position every single event, it's tough to do. The competition has an all-time high. Rise still a favorite as we head to champs.
I mean, that's the main thing. It takes a pretty formidable force to strip away that 3-peat from Rise. And now TK, do you think people are still going to sleep on them, Revin?
Oh, absolutely not. They came out in full force this week, and I said it from that very first winter bracket match that TK came to play this weekend, and boy, did they show up. Every single person had their moments throughout that series. I thought Feral played incredibly well throughout that last map, and a map that they were getting destroyed by Rise earlier on. They adjust, they make the right play calls, and they come out, and now they're your champions.
And I mean, it's his first championship, right? So that is always a special moment for Feral to hold that trophy in its Stage 2, man. What a big moment for him, and he performed. Him and Enable throughout that second series, they stepped up big time in the respawns. TK, they're your champions.
That's not a bad one to have as your first win.
Yeah, not at all. I'll take
You know
50K,
what?
yeah.
$500,000 prize pool. All right, yeah, I'll take that as the first win. Congratulations to Pharaoh and all of TK. And we're going to look at the road that they actually had to get here. Yes, it does take them 2 best-of-5s to actually take down Rise, but they are able to do it. They are able to strip away that 3-peat. That's going to be their 3rd major win. And the question is, how is this team going to look when they get to champs? And they had some pretty... It's not like they just came here and they just scraped by. I think that's the main thing to note. I think leading into this series, was it a map count of 9-2, I believe is what it was. So ultimately,
Sounds good to me.
It just sounds great to me. I'm not particularly good with numbers, but that's some pretty good math. So we talk about TK now, and we say, okay, where do they lie when we actually, and this is the other exciting thing, we have one order of business left for the night, and that is going to be actually paying attention to the biggest event of the year, Champs. We are going to do a draw show right after we close out everything here for playoffs. We can see $200,000 going to TK, so we'll actually be able to see the group that our Stage 2 champs are going to get slotted into, which is a very exciting thing. I mean, S&D, is it a problem for them? That's kind of my question.
Is it a problem? I think before the final, it was not. You know, they were perfect. Even I think, you know, in the first set of grand finals, they were able to win that game too. It's always so important. I think when you go up against a team like Rise Nation, who their respawn's still very good, but known for their search and destroy, if TK goes down 1-0 in a series and they're able to take that second search, they have games 3 and 4. Then you go back to the respawns, which is their strong suit. It's so important. It doesn't have to be the best, but you need that S&D around a 50%. You have to win one a series.
For sure. And ultimately, we got to give it up for our MVP one more time. Kenny going to be the Astro Gaming MVP. An absolutely lights out player all through Stage 2. And, you know, ultimately, this is someone you got to be scared of when you're headed to champ.
Oh, absolutely. Kenny is an absolute god at this game. Every time you watch him play, I remember, starting off Stage 2 when he gets that, miraculous 4-piece on Gibraltar Hardpoint to win his team the game in the final seconds. He always comes up clutch for this Team Kaliber squad. Big plays every single series from this guy. Such a consistent, such a talented player.
And I think even, the second best-of-5, even the first best-of-5 in that grand finals, I felt like we didn't have the best Kenny. But, I mean, that guy stepped up. He steps up big time. He was so good throughout.